Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala khatimin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qala Allah ta'ala fi Surah Al-E-Imran: يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تأكلوا الربا أضعافا مضاعفة واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. Translation: O believers, do not consume illegal interest, usury, doubling and redoubling it to increase your wealth over and again. Fear Allah to be pious so that you may succeed for lasting happiness. In the battle of Uhud, Muslims did not follow the commandments of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they showed some love to the worldly thing and the booty of war, and Muslims got defeated. Now in these ayahs, in the next ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding Muslims to attain those characteristics which will result in the success of this world and the hereafter. And on the top of this list is to save oneself from illegal money like interest, and also we will see in the next ayah that to obey Allah and His Messenger. In the time of ignorance and Jahiliyyah, the dealing of interest was very common, and in today's time, which is the ignorance of the current time, the interest dealing is also very common. And one of the interests is compound interest, in which what happens that one man takes some money as a loan on interest, and when he is not able to return that money on time, he is asked that either you pay it or you increase it, and when he cannot pay it, the amount of interest is put on the amount that he borrowed, and that whole borrowed amount is increased and kept up increasing, so that the poor becomes more and more poor and the rich becomes more and more rich. When Quran came, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala abolished the interest, and this is the first ayah that came about interest, and this talks specifically about the compound interest. It does not mean that the simple interest is halal or permissible, but the commandments came gradually, starting from the compound interest. And in the Surah Baqarah that we have studied, every kind of interest has made absolutely haram. The interest is a transgression, it's a zulm, and in Islam, every transgression or every zulm is haram, is not permissible, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made His commandments very clear in Quran. In today's world, the interest problem has increased from the personal level to the national and international level, and we see that the rich countries have kept the poor countries their slave by giving them money on interest, and the institutions like IMF and World Bank give poor countries money on interest. And unfortunately, what happens that money is consumed by the corrupt leaders over there, and the whole country become in debt of IMF and the World Bank, and the common man of those poor countries don't get any benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put lots of love in human heart for the wealth and money, and that is the reason the only way a man can leave haram or prohibited money is by the taqwa of Allah, by the fear of Allah, by the love of Allah. And that is the reason we see that in this ayah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that fear Allah to be pious so that you may succeed for lasting happiness and you may become among muflihun. Oh Allah, help us follow all your commandments. Ameen. Oh Allah, save us from any hint of interest. Ameen. Wa akhiru dawana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.